this video, I will be discussing the role of a web developer. A web developer is the one who builds and designs a website. So who are these developers? So the three web developers are the front-end developers, back-end developers, and the full-stack developers. Front-end developers. Front-end developers implement web page designs using HTML and CSS. They make sure the website looks pretty on different devices and that the forms and buttons work. The front end design the form for input and most of the time tinkering the CSS to make a responsive display for the different devices. Back-end developers. Back-end developers create the backbone of the web application. They write code logic that handles a user's input. For example, what should happen when you click the sign up button after filling in a form? The back-end developer handles the code for the input, interfacing of the data to communicate with the database. Full-stack developers. Full-stack developers do bits of both back-end and front-end. Depending on the problem at hand, they can switch cape the differences between front-end and back-end development in this guide. Full-stack developers handles the front-end and back-end developers. So there are different types of full-stack developers. First is the min-stack developer. Second is the lean-stack developer. So ang work ni web developer includes fixing bugs, developing new features or enhancement, and web pages, and working with other developers to discuss ways to solve problems. Tidbits about web developers. Web designers typically have a creative mindset, whereas web developers usually think methodically and logically. Professional web developer designer use the following. So first is the Photoshop, Dreamweaver, and the Sublime Text. So that's it for the role of a web developer.